Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host, Armando Venditti, otherwise known as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer here. Coming at you with another episode with the one and only Mr. Bill Schuster, otherwise known as Bluebeard. How's it going, Bill?
Doing wonderful, Armando. Glad to be back again.
Glad that you're here. Ladies and gentlemen, we both hope that you're having a great day and that you're looking after yourselves and one another. And we are back with running back through the 80s with our look at the year and song of 1982. We have each picked five of our top songs from 1982 from the Billboard charts, Billboard Hot 100 charts. Five songs plus two honorable mentions. Now, as I've said before, doing this list, the 70s was a bit easier for me. The 80s, as we got into the mid to late 80s, was a bit more difficult. We're still in the cream of the crop here with these picks for 1982. So, without further ado, I will pass the virtual mic over to Bill and he'll give us his pick number five for the year 1982. Take it away, Bill.
All right, thank you, sir. Yes, you are correct. We are right. Phew, man, so many had to be left behind here that we could do like four or five 1982 episodes, I think. Um,
True enough. True enough.
all right, but to the matter at hand, my number five pick. It's really her only big pop hit here, though she had more success elsewhere. So, uh, "Kids in America" by Kim Wilde.
Ooh, okay.
Looking at a dirty old window. Oh yeah, outside suburbia's rushing by everywhere. Oh my God, this is just such a fun song. But Kim does a great vocal on it. There's this her vocal performance has the right amount of this innocence and wonder, but also she knows what she's talking about, experience as well. I don't know, it's catchy as hell. I mean, we're
Yeah,
the
no, it's
kids in
good.
America. Whoa.
Yeah, yeah. Still's got that new wave kind of feel to it.
Yes. There's a new wave coming, I'll warn you.
Yeah,
Yep. It's right there in the lyrics. I mean, she
yeah.
even told you the new wave was coming.
No, it's a good one. It's a good
Yeah,
one.
it's one of the great pop songs of the 80s.
Whew. Okay. All right. It's a good one. It's a good one. My first, well, my pick number five, and just because, again, especially with this list, because just because the track is at number five on the list doesn't mean it's a bad track. We're looking at Hall and Oates with Private Eyes.
Yeah.
Um, a good amount of these albums came out in 81, late tail end of 81, and by the time they were released as singles, they hit the charts in the following year. So, yeah, just a good. This is the first time I actually remember putting a face to the name Hall and Oates. I mean, they've had hits. They had hits in the 70s with, Rich Girl, Sarah Smile, and, Kiss on My List was, I believe, a year before. But this was the first time I actually, Private Eyes kind of got me, right? So the, we had the single, and of course, and it's just a well-crafted pop track. I mean, it's not heavy at all, but it had a good rhythm to it, and it had a catchy chorus, and it was melodic as all get out. So that is my number five. Hall and Oates with Private Eyes.
I'm not gonna argue it's not on my list, but it needed to be. It's right. It was among my preliminaries. I've always loved it. It's one of my favorite Hall and Oates songs.
Yep.
Watching,
They would sort of
watching
tank.
you.
Yeah, they would sort of tank around 85.
Yeah,
The popularity would start to go down, but at this point, they were still white hot.
yeah, they were super big at this point in time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
All
you
right,
got
you're number four.
my number four. I'm gonna break my rule that I had going through our '70s series, wherein I was looking strictly at the single versions rather than full
It's a
length album
bad rule to
versions.
have, because it just restricts
Well,
you, my
it's a
guy.
show about singles, though.
I
That's the
know.
thing. The whole series is about singles.
The
That's why I'm
rules are made to be broken.
and this one I have to go for the original, which actually first appeared on a compilation called Original Music Aquarium. This is the full over 10-minute version of Do I Do by Stevie Wonder. Oh my God. How can I not love a massive double digit?
Holy, yeah. You got my
Just
ass
such a
moving on that
great
one.
groove. And it has Dizzy Gillespie doing a solo on it.
Yes.
As a jazz fan, as a Dizzy Gillespie fan, I mean, that puts it over the top. That's the cherry. Mm.
Oh my God, that chef's
Gentlemen,
kiss.
my pleasure to present on my album, Mr. Dizzy Gillespie, below.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. But it's just such a great, funky, poppy groove. I mean, do I do?
Hell of a bass line. Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
Whoo-wee. Mm,
And he's got some chocolate covered kisses for your love. Oh, you. Yeah, yeah.
mm.
It's got to be the full length version because the
Oh,
single does not have Dizzy on it. It doesn't have the closing section where the band leaves one by one until finally it's just Dennis, the drummer, and he's like, Dennis playing by himself, man. It's just the whole. It's fun. It's like it has that live in the studio feel. You know, he's there with these musicians playing. This is not guys,
yeah,
sending stuff across the world to connect. It's
yeah,
there right there. It's
yeah.
real, it's raw, and
It's the interaction and yeah.
yeah, I
It just
mean,
oh
original Music Aquarium had, all his big hits, mostly minus a couple here and there from 72 to 80, basically, and then four new songs. At
yeah,
that time, that was a pretty bold move.
yeah,
Now it's kind of common that artists put, newer songs on the greatest hits comps, but
yeah,
and they became hits. That's the great thing. I mean, you had this, That Girl was a huge hit, Ribbon in the Sky, and Frontline. I mean, these songs were all worthy to be there with all the previous hits. So, but Do I Do, that really, it's got to be my
I
favorite.
yeah. I mean, to me, that's disco. That is funk. It is disco. It is. Whew, mm, amazing. Okay, good one. Oh my God, you got me screwed up here. Okay, my next one for 82, number four, we're going with Soft Cell with Tainted Love.
Yeah.
Um, it's a remake. The woman who sang the original, Gloria, I forget her name, last name. She was involved with Mark Bolan. She was married to him, Mark Bolan of T-Rex. She did the original, uh, but you can't argue that this was a synth pop masterpiece. And you know, Mark Almond, like on lead vocals, and his look was very, I don't want to say androgynous, but Bowie inspired his look in terms of like, with the Ziggy Stardust, you know, look that he had in 72. Um, but yeah, no, just a good hook with the song, very well crafted. Um, this was where artists used the technology very quickly became where the technology used the artist in the years to come. But this was still when the artist was able to use the technology to their advantage. And people I'm watching out there, you know what I'm talking about. You know it. You do too. I can see that grin on your face. And you know where I'm going. Taylor Swift. But I'm not gonna go there. But no, that yeah. Ah,
Now, with the single version versus the full length, then are you just talking about Tainted Love, or are you also talking about Where Did Our Love Go? That is connected to Tainted Love.
you see, I didn't even know that. So for that reason, I'm going with the single.
All right.
But I gotta
Yeah,
check that out.
that's the full mix. You've never heard the full
No,
baby, baby. Oh yeah. Let it all let
no,
go.
I gotta check that out. I'm going
Yeah,
shopping,
that's
guys.
great.
I'm gonna get the Stevie Wonder Greatest Hits album. I'm gonna get the Soft Cell album. But no, that's my next pick. That's my number four.
All right, great pick. Yeah, that's another one that was hard to leave off because yeah, I love that song
Yeah,
every time it comes on, and it's that simple that dun dun, just that two note. It's
yeah.
just
It's like
all that's needed. It's
yeah,
just
yeah, and the little sort of percussion,
yeah.
the synthetic percussion overdubs that they do on it. And again, oh no, it's staring at me. Hi, boo boo. And again, this is still when the artist uses technology to their advantage. And again, a few years time, and that's in the not so distant future, the technology would start using the artists. So I mean, the roles would change. So yeah, it's a good track. I had to put it on there. So that's my number four. Your next one?
All right, my number three. Speaking of the Toto guys, all I want to do when I wake up in the morning, see your eyes, Rosanna. Oh my God.
Rosanna. Yeah. Oh my
I mean,
God. Yeah.
I dig Toto throughout their entire career, including latter day albums that so many people haven't even heard and never had any hits.
Yeah.
But this is still my favorite Toto song. It's freaking perfect. It's
Yeah.
all over the map. It has so many different hooks, so many changes in the song. There's so many sections in this.
It's yeah.
Wow. It's all over the map. They say so much in such
Yeah.
a short time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Woo. Mm.
and yeah, I mean, obviously Jeff Porcaro on those drums, that opening, that the Purdy shuffle and all that, just wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rosanna Arquette, good job for inspiring this song because
Yeah.
this
Well.
is every bit as good as anything that a certain Layla, shall we say, inspired Patty.
Okay, we won't
As
go there.
far as
Okay.
rock song muses go, yeah,
I
Rosanna
got
got
you.
there
I
with
got you.
Patty for this song alone.
Ooh wee.
Yeah, obviously now the one that holds up for people probably as much as anything, thanks to the Weezer remake, is Africa, and I love Africa as well. I bought the single when it came out, but I think Rosanna is a superior song.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
And
bad. It's
I
perfect.
believe Steve Lukather would agree with you.
Probably so.
No, I know he would agree with you. He's talked about it. I love me some Steve Lukather. If you, ladies and gentlemen, a little side note, if you ever want to watch a musician, and I mean a musician, talk about his or her, but their life experience in the studio at Sunset Sound,
Man,
look up the roundtable discussions, Sunset Sound on YouTube. There's a whole channel about it. Find Steve Lukather, grab some coffee, grab a meal. It is fucking hilarious, and it's all true. It is all true. I mean, it's yeah.
yeah, the dude's played
Forget
on.
about it. I mean, it's like, oh my God. Yeah, yeah. No, it's amazing. It's amazing. My number three, ladies and gentlemen, is Toto with Rosanna.
Hey, all right.
All that Bill said, plus a bag of chips and a coffee. I mean, this song is pop, it's rock, it's jazz fusion, it's scat, like vocal overdubs. It's just it's everything in a melting pot, and you mix it all up, you pour it out, and out comes Rosanna. And that last section, that instrumental section at the end, that was an ad lib. They recorded the main section, according to Steve Lukather. They recorded the main song, and they thought they were going to end. And Jeff Porcaro just comes up with this drum fill, and he starts doing this drum pattern to finish out, like as an ad lib. And everyone's at their instruments, and they're like, "Okay, let's keep going." He wants to keep going. It was done on the spot, the outro, and
Amazing.
oh my God! And he said to the producer, the engineer, "Did you get all that? Yep. I record. He didn't stop recording after the main song, the main part ended, the main portion, the main body of the song. After he didn't stop recording after it. Uh, after that part was over. They just kept going and they kept it like as a fade out, I believe. And it was yeah, yeah. It's ooh, it was all over the radio. It had the hook, it had the groove, it had the melody to it, it had punch, and it was a good song. It was a good song, and it was well deserved. And as much as I like Africa, because of the strong vocals and the arrangement, I like Rosanna better because there's an urgency to it. The vocals build. They go very low, very calm, and then they build and build and build and build, and they just explode, you know, during the
And it
course of the
features
song.
multiple vocalists too. That's one of the cool
Yes,
things about it because these guys had
it was.
multiple vocals.
Yeah, it was Bobby Kimball one. It was one of them.
Yeah, Bobby was technically their lead singer, but Steve himself would sing a lot, and David Page would sing, and I
Yeah,
mean, yeah,
yeah, but yeah, just amazing, amazing, and total were the wrecking crew of the 1970s and 80s. I'm sorry, and
absolutely
ooh,
ridiculous amount of
yeah,
both credited and not so credited recordings.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's a
and
whole separate show. Oh my
oh
god,
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm telling you guys, check out Sunset Sound, the roundtable discussions on YouTube. Subscribe. You will not be disappointed. Please. All right, you're number two.
number two. All right, this one takes me back to junior high school. I was about 13 years old, and
Oh, sweet
in
Jesus.
my drama class, I played the greedy bag in this play where the heroes were, believe it or not, Raggedy Ann and Andy. Yes. And playing the role of Raggedy Ann while I was the villain, the greedy bag, the role of Raggedy Ann was played by a girl that I had a super big crush on, but she was so far out of my league. Her name was Jenny. Can you guess where I'm going? Jenny,
Liber
Jenny, who
yes.
can I turn to?
I was gonna say
Dun, dun,
Liberace,
dun.
but no, it's not. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
8675309.
309 Jenny.
That
Okay,
song
I knew
still
it. I
kicks
knew it.
my ass. When it comes on, I absolutely have to play my air guitar and just da, da, da. I mean,
Oh my God.
it's not like it's a big metal song or anything, but this thing rocks. I mean, it rocks in just
I
that
would
catchy
agree.
pop way that just straightforward rock, but raw. Tommy Two Tone's vocal on this is perfection for this type of song. He doesn't have like an amazing over the top voice, but he has the voice that's needed for this. It's
For this
just,
piece. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get
yeah,
it.
this average dude that's like, here's this woman that he has this huge crush, this huge desire for. Obviously, the lyrics were a little more salacious than what me and my 13-year-old crush on my particular Jenny of that time was, but it still always makes me think of her and that time in my life. And even if it didn't, it's a kick ass song.
Yeah,
And everybody knows that all you have to do is just recite the phone number and it's going to get in somebody's head.
yeah, yeah.
Eight
I'm
six seven 5309, the phone number that everybody knows.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I was telling Bob about that the other day. It was a good pick. It's a really good pick. I was telling Bob about that the other day that when the song came out, anyone with that phone number in the US or anywhere, like they got inundated with crank calls asking for Jenny, and they're like, "Who the fuck is this? Like, there's no Jenny here." So yeah, no, it's a good pick. It's a good pick. It's a good pick. So yeah, one hit wonders, man. I don't know if you ever had another hit. Do you?
There was at least one other minor hit,
Okay.
and American something. See, that's how minor it was. I can't
Yeah.
even remember.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Can you remember it? Yeah. Okay. My number two. The Human League with Don't You Want Me. Uh, you
I
could
heard this thing.
not, yeah, it is an earworm. You could not turn on, like, turn the radio down without finding it on the top 40 or 100, top 100, rock stations or pop stations at the time. Uh, Philippa Oakey on lead vocals, with Suzanne Sully on the female vocal, as the counterpart, and it's just synth pop perfection and confection. I mean, but when you look at the subject matter, it's very dark. Like I've said this before, you were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. When I met you, I picked you up, I shook you up, and turned you around, turned you into someone new.
Yeah,
Now, 5 years later on, you've got the world at your feet. Success has been so easy for you. But don't forget, it's me who put you where you are now, and I can put you back there too. And it's like, that's the first verse.
just like
Um,
okay, asshole.
and he's basically telling her, this is what you're feeling, but I'm telling you, change your mind. You better love me, or there's going to be repercussions. And she just turned around on the second verse and says, yes, uh, I can't, I'm not going to go through the verse again, but yes, you did help me, she's basically saying, but I'm
That's
my
just
own person and I'm also responsible for my own success. I still love you, I still have feelings for you, but I can't be with you anymore. I've got to move on. I'm done with you.
screw your ultimatum.
Exactly. It's like, this is your ultimatum. This is my motherfucker. Bye. We're done. And she doesn't care. You know what I mean? It's like, woo! And I remember because we had the single, and the B side was a song called Seconds, on the B side of it. And this was the first album that I remember reading the liner notes, the credits for it. Every instrument was a keyboard and a drum machine.
So that synth, that hook just dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun, dun,
dun, dun.
dun,
It's
dun, dun.
indelible. It just
Yeah,
sticks in the brain.
and they would come they would come back later on in 1982 with a remix album called Love and Dancing. It was listed under the League Unlimited Orchestra. It was a black album cover, stark black, and what it contained was 7 songs from the Dare album that the song was from, remixed by their producer Martin Rushent, who is no longer with us, unfortunately. And featured on that album was a 7 minute plus version of "Don't You Want Me." Again, you put that on at a house party, off and running. People were like dancing, grooving, ass shaking. Good. And there was 7 songs, 8 in total, but there was one new song called "Hard Times," which was a single released after Dare came out. But "Don't You Want Me" from the Human League, perfection, confection. That's it. My number two.
It takes me back to being a kid in California for a year. Yeah, great song. All right,
Oh,
my number one. This one kind of surprised me considering what a huge year this was for me in my own personal musical discoveries. I dig this band. I own copies of their first 2 albums. I enjoyed all their hits too, but this particular song apparently really super resonated with me. It's absolute perfection. It's kind of almost film noir kind of thing.
yeah.
And Martha Davis sells this vocal all the way.
Mm.
It's Only the Lonely by the Motels.
Ooh,
Martha is so sultry, but God,
only the lonely can play.
just
Mm.
the lonely can play. And that little hesitation there, it's the
Yeah,
fact that
just that little hit,
she
almost
is
like the
such a
hiccup.
great singer.
It's like that little hiccup in her voice, like in that the way she
Yeah.
delivers it. It's like, oh,
She can bring it when it needs to get bigger. It's like I told you. I can't get Martha's vocal, but if you've heard the song, and surely you have, you know what I'm talking
it
about.
was on many Kato compilations in the day.
and it's another one of those songs that has those little extra touches too that put it over the top. That it starts out with just that. So
Oh yeah,
it's very simplistic, but perfect for what it needs to
effective.
be. Yes. So hold on. Here we go. Hold on to nothing we know. Oh man. Yeah. It makes me want to hear it. I'm
Ooh.
gonna get my record out right now and play the damn song.
And
It
you
is so great. Ah.
and you know when I that's a perfect. Oh my God, I forgot about that one. Holy shit! And
Ah.
when you see the video, it's very much Casablanca
Yeah.
kind of feel, right? Like, like see you around, kid. That kind of feel, like that Humphrey Bogart. Ah, mm,
Some of the lyrics too that we
damn.
lied
Like
at
it's
each
like,
other's
oh
strengths.
yeah. It's like
We
you just
lived
want to
without each
smack
other
yourself.
thinking, what anyone would do without me and you. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. When we're done recording, by God, I'm playing that album. That's all there is to it. I got to hear it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just played it yesterday. That song, not the whole album. That makes me want to hear the whole album too. But
Mm, mm, mm.
yeah, great stuff. The Martha Davis should have been an absolute megastar. I mean, the Motels had a few hits in this era that were pretty substantial, but
There was that. There was Suddenly Last Summer, and
yeah.
oh,
And remember the nights and take the L out of lover and it's over. And then the title track from Little Robbers was a weird hit also.
mm.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, that's a
great
good
stuff.
one. That's a good
Only
one.
Lonely by the Motels. Yeah,
You're number one.
great Martha Davis.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Okay. My number one for 1982, ladies and gentlemen, Elton John with Empty Garden.
Oh God, I wanted that, but
Hey, hey,
that's
Johnny.
crushing. Yeah,
Um, Starting myself. Yeah, everyone knows it's about the murder of John Lennon. Even the lead off lyric, what happened here as the New York sunset disappeared, it's like, it is emotional, it is dramatic, it is heartfelt, it is um melodic as all get out. And to me, this is I would say, one of his last. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. To me, this is his best song of the 80s.
Elton's best. Yeah,
Yes. Um, he just even on the chorus, but I keep knocking, but no one answers. And yeah,
yeah.
and
What a,
even the
what a hell of
video
a
where he's playing the piano and it's just him with the piano and the door, the stoop, like the steps going up to the door, and it is emotional. It is gut-wrenching that he's missing his friend. He only performed this song once ever on Saturday Night Live. And forgive me, the name of the album that is from escapes me right now.
jump up.
Jump Up. I was gonna
Great
say,
album, but this is the best song.
but yeah. Um, Even when he does on the outro, on the extended outro. I can't even do the vocal right now because it's usually I can if I grab myself. But hey, 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 Johnny, can't you come out to play in your empty garden, Johnny? Oh, I can't even do it. But and it's
Can't you
just
come out to play
in
in
your
your empty
empty garden,
garden,
Johnny.
Johnny?
It's like, oh my God, like guys, we can't sing for shit, but we don't give a shit. It
No,
it, it is that good and that powerful and that emotional. This was when he was still making good. songs. Okay, like to me, this is his best song of the 80s. Even he would say that, Elton John would say that as he went through the 80s, through the mid 80s into the late 80s, he wasn't doing his best work because he was screwed up on whatever. But I won't go there. But this is a classic example of 80s rock and pop at its finest. And my, I'm not, this was going to be my number two. It's my number one. That's it.
I it was one of those I thought was going to be on my list, but I had to leave it off because yeah, this one
Shame on you.
I adore this song. I think it's the best John Lennon tribute song, and there's been a ton of them,
Yeah,
but this
I
hands
mean,
down. Bernie's lyric on this is so evocative. It says everything that needs to be said with, but in like metaphoric terms
yeah,
so well. And Elton absolutely sells the vocal.
but yeah, his vocals are so powerful and so passionate. The way he pushes, right? The way he pushes his vocal, I guess, limit, for the harmonies and stuff. I mean, Queen would come out with a song on Hot Space called "Life Is Real," a song for Lennon, but fuck
And
that.
George Harrison with all those years ago. I mean, there were plenty of
Yeah,
tributes, but
yeah,
this, yeah,
yeah. My
this
number
is.
one, Elton John, "Empty Garden," "Hey Hey Johnny."
I
Oh,
figured I got choked up enough about John Lennon in our previous year's episode,
yeah,
talking about just like starting over and his final album and everything. So I didn't need to
yeah.
do it again with this
No,
one.
no,
Though
no,
I
no, no.
absolutely
You
love
let me
this
do it.
one.
But you
Yeah.
know what? You let me do it, you bastard. Okay, that's good. Okay. Your first honorable mention. Okay.
All right. My first honorable mention. Well, I had two shirts I was going to pick to wear for this year. This was the one I did not pick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Uh, it's the Rolling Stones with Waiting on a Friend from Tattoo You. I think it's
Ooh.
their best song of the 80s. And yet it wasn't completely of the 80s because one
Dates
Mr. Mick
back to 70s,
Taylor let them know that they did not credit him for his old guitar parts that they used from earlier in the 70s.
73.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a mix and match, but it doesn't matter. It works. It's
The,
just such
sorry.
a sincere, gorgeous song. I mean, sometimes the Stones were a little over the top and, Mick's out there preening and look at me, the bad boy, but this is vulnerable. It's just real human emotions.
Yeah.
And musically, it's absolutely gorgeous.
But even the
Uh,
lead off lyric, watching girls go passing by ain't the latest thing, and it's like, sorry, I'm stealing your spotlight. Go ahead. It's
and
like,
yeah, don't need a whore, don't need no booze, don't need a virgin grace. He just wants someone to talk to. Yeah,
yeah. And
yeah.
even,
Again, it's a deeper than usual lyric.
yeah.
It's
And
This is not the
this,
moon in June stuff, and it's not I'm horny. It's not. It's just real. I need
yeah,
real human connection.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
And
easily the best Stone song of the '80s.
yeah. And this song dates back to 1973, ladies and gentlemen, for the recording sessions of Goat's Head Soup. Um, and yeah, it's even the video. It's like a Saturday afternoon. You're hanging out on the stoop, overcast day. This song screams 82, 81, 82. It
Yeah, they were
reeks of it.
huge.
It reeks of it. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
God. Okay. All right.
great stuff.
Um, excellent. Excellent. I need a cigarette. Shit. Um, all right. My first honorable mention of 1982, we're going back to the Alan Parsons Project with Cirrus and Eye in the Sky.
Excellent.
Um, and I mean the full version with Sirius intro,
Yes.
and it segues into Eye in the Sky. Many Keto compilations at the time. Keto was running until around 1983, so this was still on the compilations. Uh, Beautiful vocal done from Eric Wolfson. I'm not going to sing it because I'm going to hurt myself if I try and do. But melodic, catchy. It had the hook. It had just a wonderful emotional vocal delivery from Eric on this. Yeah, that's my first honorable mention. Alan Parsons Project with Sirius and Eye in the Sky.
Yeah, I love it. It's another one of those weird lyrics. It doesn't seem like it would be a pop hit, but this was their biggest hit.
Yeah,
And it's such a great song. And yeah, you're right. Eric's vocal is wonderful.
yeah,
And I had the Illinois connections in a couple of the songs from last year's episode. Well, this one
yeah,
has an Illinois connection also because Sirius, of course, was used for the Michael Jordan era Chicago Bulls for their entry music before games.
yeah. The local Buffalo station in Toronto, uh, WKBW, or no, God, WGRZ. Sorry, channel two, for Buffalo would use this for commercials for football games and stuff. They would use the serious intro as the music for it. So yeah, I get it.
But to me, it's always painful to hear Sirius without Eye in the Sky or Eye in the Sky without Sirius. I agree with you completely. They need to be
Yeah,
together. They're part of
yeah,
the same thing.
yeah,
Two parts of a whole.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
excellent
yeah.
pick.
Whew. I'm getting chills, and not because it's cold in the house. It's like, but that's what these songs do to you. They give you, they affect you in ways that, in some cases, like with Empty Garden, it's indescribable. The effects. So, all right, your last one for 1982, your honorable mention.
All right. Well, I showed the shirt I didn't wear. I'm going for another classic artist who had a bit of a comeback in this era. It's Crosby, Stills, and Nash with Wasted on the Way, the Graham Nash track about growing older and moving on in life and looking back. And yeah, it's a very just, again, it's another song that has a non love song lyric. Got a lot of those here somehow.
Yeah.
But Graham, this is one of his greatest songs, a well deserved hit. It's actually only my second favorite from that album. I think I like Southern Cross, the Stephen Stills song, even better, but that one didn't make the top 100 of the year, so I couldn't pick it. This one did though, and it's well deserving.
Mhm.
Again, it's a very adult theme.
Yeah.
This is not the kind of thing that the teeny boppers are really going to grasp. You have to have a certain amount of life lived to really get the lyric to this song, to really feel it. And Graham has always been good at those kind of songs. I mean, you go back to Teach Your Children and Our
Mhm.
House, and
Our House. Yeah.
yeah,
Which he wrote for
very,
Joni Mitchell, by the way.
yeah. These are not kid lyrics. This
No.
is not sock hop stuff. These are
No.
very adult themes, and Wasted on the Way.
Yeah.
Who would have thought in 1982 Crosby, Stills, and Nash would have such a massive hit with this?
Yeah. True
Yeah,
enough. True enough.
yeah. It's such a great song, and yeah, this is my authentic 1985 tour shirt. By the way, when I saw these guys at Red Rocks in
Oh,
Colorado
okay.
with the band as the opening act.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whew.
it was
Talk
my
about
first
one.
concert that I bought the tickets for and went to see. So it was a hell of a first concert. And then, of course, they did Waste It on the Way
Oh my God. Yeah.
and Southern Cross and so many other great songs. But yeah,
Whew. Okay. Now my first concert, coincidentally was John Cougar Mellencamp, Lonesome Jubilee tour,
that would be a good one too.
June 17th. It was a Friday, 1988. Woo wee! All right, that was a good one. All right, my last honorable mention. We're gonna end things off on a bit of an interstellar note. A flock of seagulls with Iran.
Nice.
Um, no hidden messages here, just very unique track, very new wave-ish, new romantic kind of feel, but heavy track too with the guitars. Their biggest hit, uh, much to the chagrin and pissed off resentment of Mike Thorne, their lead singer and keyboardist. It was just a unique song, a unique piece of music, unique arrangement, very sort of futuristic with the keyboards and the guitars. Uh, they would have other songs like, oh my God, I Wish was another,
The follow-up hit, Wishing.
Wishing.
Yeah, Wishing was
Uh,
off their second album.
yeah, they had other
I've had
hits
a photograph
for
of you.
you. I wouldn't, whatever. I wouldn't spend my life just wishing. In
The song
'84,
I thought you were going to say when you said Interstellar
no, no, no. This one, it's
was a space age love song.
Space Age Love Song. Yeah, no, that was a good one too. But this is their first hit. This one they're well known for. They had a hit with minor hit with oh my God, The More You Live, The More You Love from their album from
Yeah, that's a
'84.
good one too.
I love that song. I think it's great. But this is their hit that they're known for. And this is the hit that everybody wants to hear. And this is the one song that Mike Thorne is pissed off about because it's like, I've written other songs and they only want to hear I Ran. And I fucking hate that song. I can't stand it. I gave him a hit. He gave him a hit. So
I like Iran quite a bit, but it was the follow-up, a space age love song, that made me go buy the album.
yeah. Yeah, I forget that. I forgot the name of the title of it, but Space Age Love Song. I like that.
It's kind of weird because they did it as, they don't say that anywhere in the lyrics, so it's one of those songs that's easy for people to forget
Yeah.
because,
Yeah. And even the look of the band, I mean, you had the lead singer, with the almost like the freaked out makeup look on his. Yeah,
the
even and
hair.
then when he went for the hawk kind of like hairstyle kind of thing, like the wave kind of that he did. And it was just an original track and it was all over 104.5 Chum FM in Toronto. You couldn't go an hour and a half without hearing it, or even a couple of hours.
And
Uh,
Mike's so right. He does have a lot of other songs. They really were a pretty cool band. They
yeah,
were far
yeah,
from a
but
one
but
hit wonder. But
but this is a case of this is a case of a band wanting to go forward and people only wanting them for that one song. You know, it's like there was like a series, an episode of The Simpsons where they were at like this. Homer was at this Lollapalooza kind of thing, and Bachman Turner Overdrive were playing, and all they wanted to hear was "Taking Care of Business," and not even the whole song, just the the chorus, and everybody just walked away after they played that part of the song, and it's like that's all I need. Okay, goodbye, but and that's what he kind of felt with this song. It's like I've written other songs, but Iran was just so unique in terms of its arrangement and the video itself. Very simplistic video, but yeah, there you have it, guys. I ran from A Flock of Seagulls as my second honorable mention for 1982. I want to thank Bill for joining me on this episode of Running Back Through the 80s, 1982. Please put down in the comments below your picks for 1982. Could be one, could be two, could be 10, and a couple of honorable mentions. And again, no right or wrong answers, just opinion. And again, please click like and subscribe, and do hit the notification bell to keep yourselves on top of any new content I've got coming up. And we will be back with uh, 1983, our picks for 1983, running back through the 80s. I want to thank Bluebeard, otherwise known as Bill Schuster. For joining me. I'm Armando, otherwise known as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We'll be back with our next installment of Running Back to the 80s, 1983. Bye for now.